Setting up the monitor. Now when you start rowing, you don't need to turn the monitor on. The act of rowing will turn it on for you. But if you're going to set up the monitor for specific workouts, what you'll do is just hit menu back and it should turn the monitor on for you. On the first screen, most of the time we'll be just using the first two, just row or select workout. If you hit just row, it'll bring you to a blank template screen. Now this screen has different configurations on the display, so you can hit this button here, change display, and cycle through the different display functions. Most of the time you will be here in this screen, where you'll have your time, your pace, and your total, and your stroke rate. Here you can change the units. Right now it's set up for calories, but I can change it to meters for distance, average, so if I'm going really long and I'm shooting for specific pace times, I can set up my, like if a 2K to 5K row and I'm looking to have 2-minute splits, this is the screen I would be. Watts, you can see how much power you're generating, and then back to calories. If we go back to the main screen and we hit select workout, this brings up a few different ones. Standard list, which has most of the standard rowing setups, a 2K row, which most indoor rowing competitions are set to, a 5K row, and a 10K row, or 30 minutes for time, or an interval, 500 meters with 1 minute rest. If we go back, you can go to custom list, and there are a few different custom lists that you can set up. There's variable intervals of 1 minute on, 1 minute off for 7 rounds, 2,000 meters with 3 minutes rest in between for 4 rounds, and a few other ones. 42,000 meters, which I believe might be a marathon. So if I go back and hit re-row, this is one of the other most common ones that you would use, is this will bring up the last known workouts that you had. So if here today it says 250 meters, the last workout that was recorded here was set to 250 meters. And we'll see how to set up a custom workout next. New workout would be a custom workout, and you can set your single distance, a single time, intervals for distance, intervals for time, or a variable interval, which means the rest and time can be changed. So I may go 200 meters with a 1 minute rest, and then a 2 minute rest, 3 minute rest, etc. Most of the time you're going to hit just the first one, single distance. By default it comes up with a 2K row, but you can change that. Most of the time you'll set up for a 500 meter row, so I'll go to 0 and then go over and go up to 500 meters. If I wanted to change my split length or my pace, I could do that here, but you won't need to most of the time. You can just hit the check box here, and it sets up your default monitor with 500 meters, and we'll count down to 0. If I go in here, most of the time you're going to be watching your stroke rate and your distance. So over here. Your split, if you're going over 500 meters, your split will tell you your 500 meter time, and that's one that you want to try and keep constant if you're going over 500 meters, okay, and your actual time for completion. Your stroke rate should remain fairly constant unless you're trying to sprint. So this will help you keep your pace on that stroke rate that we talked about earlier, trying to keep your stroke nice and fluid. And that's it for the rowing monitor.